Today I got to do something I don't do very often, be nice. We have already done the worst WWE matches of 2024, and now it is time to do the best. Here are the 10 best WWE matches of the year. Now, of course, these are my personal favorite matches of the year. These are matches that I just in my head have gone, hey, I really like these, and I like these in this order. So if you have anything that differs from my opinion, let me know in the comments, whether it's something that's on this list or whether you think it should be something that should be on the list. Let me know. Now, honorable mentions. Ooh, what is he gonna talk about? What is going to be an honorable mention of this year? We got 4. I'm not gonna go into them too deep because they're honorable mentions, but we got Fraxium versus No Quarter Catch Crew from, was it Deadline? Why am I second guessing myself? Like it wasn't, it's Deadline. Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles, the second one. The I Quit match. Io Sky versus Bailey at WrestleMania. Also, stop it right here. I know a lot of people don't like this match, but I do. All right, this match gets a lot of hate for no reason. It's not, I mean, not enough to put it on the actual list. All right. And then Nyla Jax versus Lyra Valkyria in the Queen of the Ring finals. My God. But coming in at number 10 on the best match of the year, we got the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. This is one of the matches I was there live for this year. Both Money in the Bank matches were pretty good, but the women showed out this year. It was unbelievable. I don't know why it's like a thing that when they have a men's and women's match of something on a show, one has to be good and one has to be really bad. Well, not really bad. The men's match was fine, but the men's match was like a little just weird. It was kind of all over the place. I feel like the women's match had more structure. I think there's a lot of cooler moments in that match, especially the ending of Chelsea Green getting thrown off a ladder through table on the outside. That woman is our United States champion now, and I'm proud. God bless America. And I mean, the winner of the match as well. I mean, this could have been number 1 in my opinion, but I didn't because I had to be realistic. So we're putting it at number 10. Coming at number 9, this is actually a match I was very surprised I put on this list because I went back and I looked at all the matches that happened this year. And mind you, there's probably been some that maybe you'll consider better than this match that aren't on this list. However, this one stuck with me because I think that when you have somebody that you already know is good, but you know, is on the verge of being great, and when you have somebody that you don't really know how you feel about yet, and then they get together and have a banger, like one of the best NXT matches of the year. As a matter of fact, it is the second best NXT match of the year, in my opinion. It's Roxanne Perez versus Jada Parker. And of course, that is from this year's No Mercy. Now, Jada Parker is a star, dude. You know, WWE's social media accounts wanted to make you believe that it was only because of her cheeks. However, she is a fantastic performer as well. This has been Jada Parker's year, man. I really wasn't sure at first because I feel like there was a whole meme going around of just Shawn Michaels, you know, signing hot women. So it's like, all right, well, cool, I guess that's cool for NXT. But no, Jada Parker, while she is one of them, she is such a phenomenal performer. She can talk her ass off, especially lately. I feel like she's been going crazy in her feud with Lola Vice. And this match was another example of how she can hoop as well. The spot that stuck out for me is, what's her finisher called? Is it the teardrop? I don't know if that's her finisher, but she hit it off of the top rope on Roxanne. That was gross looking. Dude, they went off. Roxanne Perez is one of the best NXT Women's Champions of all time. Not only was this match of the night, not only was this match of the month, maybe. Do I have anything from that month on there? I think this is my favorite match of the month. So yeah, props to them, man. I'm really excited to see Roxanne go to the main roster, and I'm really excited to see Jada Parker do more in NXT, possibly win the NXT Women's Championship, and then go to either Raw or SmackDown afterwards. Coming in at number 8, it is the men's War Games match. Now, I was really, if you saw the worst matches list, was really not a fan of the women's match because it felt a little Hogan chair shoddy. We've already made that, everybody's made that joke. But however, this one, it felt like they knew what they were doing. All right, no more hating. You can tell when a match is like structured. You can tell when the performers know, okay, this is about to happen, and then right after we're doing this, and then right after we're doing this. It flowed, for the most part, very smooth. I think the dynamic of Roman Reigns and CM Punk was a big thing in this match and a reason why everybody was so tuned in. But at the same time, you've got Jacob Fatu, who is, oh my goodness, that's my tribal chief, if we're being honest. Shout out Bronson Reed's ankles, by the way, because like, good God. I mean, these guys put their bodies out there. The women did as well, but in their case, unfortunately, I just feel like the match didn't connect with me on a level where I, cared to see more of it as it went on. However, in the men's one, I wanted to see who was gonna be, you know, potentially the tribal chief. Turns out it didn't mean jack at the end, but that's okay. The ending of Solo being like, whatever, I'm still the tribal chief, and then he's like, ah, and then everybody just beats his ass. It's fantastic. You love to see it. Coming in at number 7, I'm not gonna pretend like I know French, so I'm not gonna do any of the chants that they did. However, it is Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles from this year's Backlash. We talked in the last video, I put the 6-man tag match from Crown Jewel on the worst match of the year list. And a big reason for that was the crowd participation, or in that case, the lack thereof. You can have like a really generic wrestling match, but when a crowd is involved and they're hype and they're excited, you can do no wrong. And that was definitely the case in this main event match as well. Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles are 2 of the best professional wrestlers ever. I'm not putting them on like a top 10 list or anything. Maybe AJ, but you know, they're up there. And these 2 put on an absolute clinic. Only thing I didn't like about their second match was that it was just like kind of, I felt like it was just, I was watching the same match with weapons. You know what I mean? I feel like I was watching they were just like, hey, you want to just do this one more time for a different audience? Like, and we, you know what I mean? It's just the feeling you got in the heart, you know what I'm saying? And I felt a lot more for this match. It's hard when you have a first defense of the championship. This was Cody's first defense. It wasn't Logan Paul, I don't think. So they went out there and because no one's gonna believe that Cody's losing the title. Even, you know, in the second time they fought, nobody thought Cody was gonna lose, but WWE likes, you know, making you feel like, oh man, maybe it's actually gonna happen, which is what you're supposed to feel. And it worked here. Sometimes it doesn't work. You get, you know, a lot of stupid false finishes and people are like, oh, how did he not? It's very obvious why he kicked out. But these 2 are just so good at what they do that, man, you know, sometimes you believe. Coming in at number 6, this is, I'm, again, very surprised that it's my favorite NXT match of the year, but it is. It's Obafemi versus Josh Briggs versus Dijak for the NXT North American Championship at Stand and Deliver. Oh my goodness. Obafemi is a freak in the best way possible. I need to see him against Gunther, Bronson Reed, Jacob Fatu, all of them. But he can even wrestle some people smaller than him. You know, normally when you get like a big guy in the ring, you know, it's more fun to see them against other big guys because they match each other's energy, they match each other's style. When you have a big guy versus a little guy, sometimes it's like awkward. But Obafemi's so good and athletic that he can have a match with literally anybody and it would be fantastic. Obafemi hit a double Death Valley driver on them. Like a double one, or I guess Dijak technically hit one and Oba hit one at the same time, but Oba hit double. Dude, it's just like, how do you have, I think he's had like less than 20 matches in his whole career. I don't know if that's true, because I don't know how house shows and stuff, they equate with that, but my goodness, he's very fresh to the industry and he is going to be one of the best big men of all time. And shout out Josh Briggs as well. You know, nobody was really excited to see him in this match. I'm just being honest here. But I think he put himself over pretty well. You know, we haven't seen too much of him on TV, at least, you know, too much, especially after the split that he had with, God, what's his name? However, he used his time and he did very well. He matched their energy perfectly, which he needed to do because he was looked at as like why are you in this match guy? And he proved everybody wrong. Coming in at number 5, it is the first non-pay-per-view match of the year. It is Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky in the semifinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Io Sky is not only the best women's wrestler on the roster, she is probably a top 10 in-ring wrestler like in the company. I don't think I've ever seen a bad Io Sky match. She's getting a lot of shit, I guess, for slipping a few times this month, but like, she's earned it. We talked about it on the podcast not too long ago how like she is just fantastic. And when you match with Lyra Valkyria, someone who's also fantastic, you get this match right here. The King of the Ring tournament had a lot of bangers on it, some which I will be talking about. Well, one I'll be talking about later on in this video. And the Queen of the Ring one had, you know, some really good matches on it as well. I mean, the Nia Jax Lyra Valkyria finish was amazing. Do it to me, why don't you? But I feel like the first round and second round was kind of like, I don't know, it wasn't bad. It was just like a tournament. This match was sensational. I feel like a lot of women's matches don't get the love from the crowd that it deserves. I feel like once you see a women's graphic pop up on the Titantron, a lot of people just start climbing up the stairs, which is kind of crazy. And I feel bad for the women when they go out there, because I be at these live shows and like I'll see like a match about like when Nia Jax and Bayley was happening at SummerSlam, everybody left. And like, it might not come off like it on TV, but like, oh, there were so many people not in their seats. And it's like, damn, like give them a chance at least, because then you're not even gonna have like an idea that you know you could like them. You just automatically assuming this is going to be bad and you leave. Let the match be bad first before you walk out. And I feel like people probably didn't give this match enough credit either. People probably just thought, oh, this is just another semifinal match. I mean, yeah, I mean, Io's good or whatever, but who's this Lyra girl? Hey, Lyra showed you who the f she is, bro. Coming in at number 4, we have our first WrestleMania match of the video. It is Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther, I mean, what have I not said about Gunther on this channel already? He does not get enough respect, even now that he's World Heavyweight Champion. A lot of people a little down on his reign, and in a way I get it, but at the same time I don't like that, because this man is the best wrestler alive. Almost 700 days of being the Intercontinental Champion. I mean, it was bound to happen at some point, and especially at WrestleMania, where Gunther would lose the Intercontinental title to somebody. But Sami Zayn, who I believe won a gauntlet match to win it, people were a little upset about that. People wanted Chad Gable in that spot. People thought Sami Zayn was beneath the Intercontinental Championship, but I think that they turned it around. Sami Zayn put on a performance that was unbelievable. The emotion that went into the match. Kevin Owens, approaching Sami before their match. Mind you, they had just been a tag team the year before him, saying, hey, go out and get it. Sami has so much emotion in his matches where, like, I feel like he's one of the best wrestlers in the world where it comes to in-ring stuff. I feel like you can trust Sami Zayn and never have a bad match. He is the most professional I've ever seen. And you don't need that against Gunther, because Gunther is like kind of the exact same way. But when you get those two together, magic, especially the ending where Sami hits the haluva kicks and the brain buster, by the way. Are you kidding me? People thought they messed up. That's how good it was. That's how good and devastating it looked. Like Gunther messed his neck up on that move, that people thought it was by accident. And then Sami Zayn beats him to end the over 600-day reign of the Ring General. This, I mean, is one of the examples that I have of WrestleMania 40 being one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. And there will be more on this list. But until then, let's talk about number 3, which is the only other Raw match I actually have. Yeah, fuck you, SmackDown. You didn't have nothing this year. We got Ricochet versus Ilya Dragunov in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. Now, this match makes me confused as to why Ricochet went to AEW. I understand Ilya Dragunov won that match, and you don't want to be roped in with these mid-carders because you feel like you're above that, but like, man, Ricochet was having some of the best matches of his entire WWE career in 2024, and one of those was against Ilya Dragunov. Oh my goodness. I mean, he was the perfect partner for Ilya in this match, because Ilya, new to the main roster, not too many people knew what he was about, not too many people knew he could hoop the way that he can hoop, and Ricochet was the perfect person for him to go against, because Ricochet matches his fast-paced, athletic, high-flying style, and Ilya's not too much of a high flyer, but he's very quick, he's very strong, he's very, agile and athletic, and man, they put on a fantastic, this is my favorite Raw match of the entire year. Close second was Gunther versus Sheamus, sorta, for the men's division at least. But I feel like we've seen that Gunther-Sheamus match a lot, and I feel like seeing it this year on Raw, it was really good, but it was like, it was really good. Ricochet and Ilya Dragunov, it was, first of all, unpredictable. Anybody could have gone on to the second round, but also the spots that they would do, the false finishes that would happen. I mean, Ricochet was out here hitting his finisher. He hit the recoil on him. I think Ilya was going for an H-bomb, if I'm not mistaken, from the corner, and Ricochet catches him into a recoil, and there was still a kick out. Now, I say that like wrestlers, don't hit their finishers all the time. They do, but this just, man, you go back and watch this match if you haven't done so since it happened. You're gonna agree with me on this one. I miss Ilya Dragunov being on TV, man. I really wish that he was not injured. I need that Gunther match. I need the Gunther match again, and I need it soon, very soon. Coming in at number 2. Which one is it, huh? You know what the top 2 is. You know what it is. Bitter rivals. Bitter rivals who have hated each other for a long time. Two people that have faced each other in the past, but some time has passed since then, and now they're gonna go back and do it one more time. But this time, there's a stipulation on it. There's a stipulation on it. And the stipulation looks like the odds are stacked against, maybe a certain person, because a certain person hasn't competed in one of these matches, at least not in a long time. It's CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. Man, wow. Punk still has it, dude. And Drew McIntyre, while I feel like Drew McIntyre doesn't get enough credit for his in-ring quality, I feel like his character work and his finisher, I feel like carries him in terms of popularity. But you really look at his in-ring work and his consistency in the ring, and it's like, damn. These two are, for lack of a better term, some of the best in the world. I thought Punk was like dead, like 3 different times in this match, because like there are things that I just didn't think that he would do anymore. Like the table bump, you know, bleeding the way that he did. I mean, he's bled a lot in AEW, but I mean, you know, some time has passed, a little older now. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, this spot happened, then this spot, then this spot, then this spot. We've all seen the match. It happened 2 months ago. But it was a toss-up what the best match in 2024 was for WWE, and this was a very, it was second. It was second, but it was also very, very good. And I do want to see Punk and McIntyre do it one more time. I mean, maybe not soon, but sometime. And finally, number 1 for the best match of 2024. Honestly, this is probably my favorite wrestling match of all time. I'm just being honest. You know, you could call it recency bias, but it's been recency bias for 8 months now, so I don't really feel bad about having that opinion anymore. It's Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 40. I am so sick and tired of pretending that a match quality, like a good match, is only in-ring stuff. Hey, you can only have the best match of all time if you do the moves properly. Now, mind you, there's probably a version of this match they could have had where you could do that. It could still technically be one of the best matches ever because there was enough emotion going into that. But what is professional wrestling? What is WWE specifically without a crazy, like, over-the-top main event? And on the 40th WrestleMania, in the culmination of a championship reign that has lasted almost 4 years, and a guy that has spent 2 years trying to get that championship, I think we're due some shenanigans, especially when they have something to do, sorta, with the story. I almost cried during this match. I was there live for it. I mean, it's probably my favorite match I've ever seen live. I don't think anything will top it ever. I got to see my entire childhood in like one ring at the same time. I would have really liked to see Stone Cold, but I mean, The Undertaker, that was good too, man. I've started watching wrestling in November of 2007, and I watched, obviously, John Cena, you know, The Undertaker, and then I'd grow up to see, obviously I've seen a lot of the stuff before from The Rock, but then I got to see, you know, from 2011 to 2013. I even saw him wrestle John Cena the second time at WrestleMania 29. I know. Sorry. And then I saw him, you know, wrestle the night before WrestleMania 40, so that was cool. Not to mention, I'm obviously, you know, the Bloodline guys as well, Solo being involved, Jimmy being involved. It just made for such a good, like story throughout the match. Cody hitting 1 crossroads, getting stopped. He hits 2, gets stopped. And now he hits 3, and he is the WWE World Champion. Not even to mention Seth Rollins, how Roman Reigns, mind you, there's, 8 million people are coming in here, and it's not, you know, the match isn't the top match of the year because of that. They need to, you know, they can tell a story with the things they do in ring. How about this? Roman Reigns hitting Seth Rollins in the back of a chair the exact same way Rollins hit him 10 years ago, which ultimately cost him the championship. After everything that happened, Roman was still going to win, but his anger and his hatred and the reason he became the tribal chief in the first place got in the way of him, and he lost the title because of that. If you don't like this match, this is the best match of all time. and that's how we're gonna end it. What did I not have on this list that you thought should have been on there? What did I have on this list that you thought didn't deserve a spot? Let me know in the comments, and we will see you next time.